Greetings from Florida. We're working on a Kia Soul 2014 through 2019. This is the left front. I think the video is at double speed to make it a little quicker to watch. So we have a plate at the top that covers your side view mirror. That comes off easy. And then if you pop off the plastic cover right in there, there's a Phillips screw. Let's take that out. Probably a plastic plate right there. Pop that off. Probably another Phillips screw behind that. Door comes out. You've got a black plastic carrier that holds the two cables that go to that chrome handle. Just a little tab will allow you to pull it off with the cables. The whole thing comes off. And then you've got one or two wiring harnesses that you can unplug. Not a big deal. Move that aside. You're replacing that entire black panel. The whole thing is the regulator. Now take off the motor. It'll make things a little bit easier. Probably 5/16 bolts, or is my guess. Maybe 10 millimeter, but probably 5/16. Those are the access. Oh, take off the speaker and take off that relay. I don't think you have to remove it. I think you just got to unscrew it. We got a whole bunch of little tabs that hold the cable, that hold the wiring harness on. So just undo those tabs to get them off. If you find this beneficial for you, please like the video. Just like the video. That'll help other people find it as well. So we're going to move the glass down. 10 millimeter bolts there and there. Take those out. And normally I just put the glass up and put a suction cup on it, but I didn't have my suction cup with me that day, so I'm taking the glass out of the door. Not normally what I do, but you might want to do it if you don't have a suction cup. If you want to use tape to hold it in place, try to use that blue or green painter's tape. It doesn't leave any marks. Phillips screws holding the speaker on. Line up the panel. Make sure you've got the right regulator for it before you take everything out at this point. I probably should have checked that before I even took the glass out, but I was pretty confident I had it. I got it from the dealer. But just make sure before you take everything out. You need to take off that black plastic box that goes onto the chrome handle. Just keep the orientation the same when you place it down so you know where it went. $10 millimeter bolts all around. They're all coming off. If you're curious, Bosch, B-O-S-C-H, Bosch tools. I've had really good luck with them. They're absolutely indestructible, great customer service. Highly recommend them. Now, you need to take out the outside handle and the latch. or at least loosen it. You might not need to take it out of the door, but you will need to loosen it. So you've got Torx 30 bolts that hold the latch on, 3 of those. Oh, but the first thing I'm doing is taking off the outside handle. So to do that, there's a black round cover, take that off, and then there's a 10mm bolt behind that, take that off. You're going to pull the handle out, the one that you would normally use to open the door, and then there's a bezel, a plastic bezel right next to that. That's going to come off, and then you slide the handle towards where you are, and it comes right out. And then there's a Phillips screw there that you'll need to loosen on the outside. 3 Torx 30 bolts that go to the latch. I don't remember if I actually took the whole thing out or not. You may not need to, but you will need to loosen those pieces. I think I'm making sure that the carrier, the plastic carrier that the handle, the outside handle goes into is loose, because that makes it, that's kind of important to get the whole thing out. This just did not want to give up the ghost. Finally. Looks like I did take the whole thing out, latch and all. So you can unplug that, and that comes off, the carrier that goes to the latch comes off pretty easy. I guess I didn't show you that, but you'll see it when you take it apart. It's not that complicated. You'll need to feed the wire all the way through. Oh, there you go. There's a good view of it. So that's going to come right out. A little WD-40 if you need to. Push that tab in, and it should allow you to pull the whole thing out. Like that. Out with the old, grab the small pieces that fell inside that had broken. Grab the new one. I had a little trouble figuring out which way it went for a second. I'm not sure why that was so confusing for me. There we go. And you're going to slide that on like that. Then make sure you feed those rubber pieces that hold that cable in all the way through. And once you slide everything through, you're going to go ahead and put the wiring harness back onto the latch. Thusly, Run the wires back around where they were. Slide everything in. A couple 10mm bolts to hold it in place while you're securing everything. Okay, now we're going to put that carrier, that plastic carrier that the handle goes into, back into place. And then tighten down the Phillips screw that holds that there. Put the plastic, I guess you call them gaskets or covers back, and then put the handles back. Yep, I dropped the plastic cover inside. Luckily, I can reach in to get it. Got it. Before you reattach the glass to the regulator, you want to put the motor back on. Otherwise, the glass is going to push the brackets down to the door. So put the motor back on. That'll hold everything in place. Hopefully the brackets are at the level of the holes where you're going to access them. If not, you can, before you put the motor on, you could manually push them up and down with your hands, or you could put the motor on and use the power to do it. Tighten that down. I put the seal strip back. I took the seal strip off when I took the glass out. Putting the speaker back. Not much more to do. You're done good. If this is a beneficial video for you, if this helped you get this done, please do me a favor, like the video. That'll help me a lot and help other people that are looking for it on YouTube find it. If you have any questions, ask right on this page. I'll be glad to answer them for you. If you'd like me to do it and you're in Tampa Bay or Sarasota or Manatee County, just ask on this page. I'll be glad to get back to you and help you out with that too. We've done this about 25 years, and all we do are windows and door locks. We're pretty good at this. And after you get the panel back on, make sure you test out the chrome handle. Make sure it actually opens the latch. You can just take an awl or flathead screwdriver, close the latch with the door open, close the latch, and then try the chrome handle and see if it opens the latch. Make sure you do that before you put it all back together. Or before you close the door, I should say. I thank you very much for watching. Have a great week.